I think one of the best matches this year, for sure, from my side. I think also from her, because I thought the level of the tennis was quite good for all like 3 sets. Maybe the third set maybe she started to drop it a little bit, but of course it was understandable because physically also was quite tough. We had long rallies, long points, long games, but quite happy with my level.
Very good. Thank you. We'll start in English. David?
Hi, David, KaneTennis.com. Obviously, I have to imagine it was probably disappointing to lose the second set in the tiebreaker the way you did, but I'm curious what you might have told yourself between sets to get such a good start.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the first set was maybe a little bit closer to her. Second set, I just felt I was kind of there. Then, like early in the set, I had some break points. I didn't make it. I thought it could really go like my way a little bit more. But yeah, overall, I think it was like so close, all the games, all the points, and so really not many like easy mistakes, not even from her, not even from me. So I think the level was quite good. So of course it can happen that you still like play well and you lose a set. But of course a bit disappointed because then kind of like I was close to, like just have it, and physically it was quite tough. So of course it would be better if I finish in 2 sets. But then I kind of like relaxed a little bit, and I thought I was playing really well tonight. So I was feeling, even physically, I was feeling fine. I could last like much longer. So I just thought like if I keep on playing like this, maybe she's gonna drop the level, and I think that's what happened a little bit.
Want to follow up?
Then I'm just going to ask, how are you feeling about everything heading into this tournament, and what does a result like this, and it's not over yet, how does this change how you'll look back on this year?
No, of course it's going to change a little bit because I thought it was disaster year. Now it's going to be less disaster, no matter what happens. But no, as I said, I thought lately in the summer I just had some really good matches, which kind of gave me some, like confidence. And of course, everything is about the confidence. Nobody forgets how to play tennis, but you just need to sometimes relax a little bit, and this is happening only when you win couple matches, some 3-setters, which I did earlier in, like all those tournaments, hard courts. Yeah, so I think I'm playing now like quite good tennis, maybe even better than last year here. So back in quarters, of course, there are 2 opponents which I beat both of them, so still there is a chance.
Court?
Karolina, congratulations. Just in terms of the 4 matches that you have played here, a tough draw, plus obviously a very physical effort you've had to do. What do you think are like the 1 or 2 keys, just tennistically, that you think have been the key to getting you back into the quarterfinals?
Well, for sure, like the physical part is super important because, as you said, I played out of 4 matches, 3 over, like 2 hours and 3-setters, and like beating actually like good player Belinda especially, and also today. So I think the physical part is also like a key, I think. And then you can like just relax more and not to worry about, like how long I can last on the court. So this also gives me some confidence, just to be on the court. And I think overall I just feel the ball quite well. I don't know, for no reason, but I've been playing well at this tournament in the past as well. So the courts, it can be quite fast, the balls as well. So, and I've been having many success here. So I think also that's kind of like, if you come to a tournament where you like in the past did well, I think that kind of like helps as well. And my serve was great, especially today. It just held me in important moments. And yeah, I think just like there is not really like huge weakness in my game at the moment.
Tamani, and then we'll come back.
Hey Karolina, you mentioned that confidence is everything. What to you is the difference between yourself when you are playing with confidence and when you're not? And also how, in your head, how do you kind of, what are you thinking when you are confident compared with not?
I mean, especially with my game, it's huge difference because then if you start to doubt, like some decisions and some points, and if to go for it or not to go for it, it's always a mistake, So, and then if you have that confidence, you don't even think about where to play, it just kind of comes automatically. So that's happening right now. But of course, before it's like, we've all been there, so it's like happening to everybody. I think maybe for some players which are more like defending and, they don't need to like take that much risk and they just like play the easier points, but I still need to take the risk, and if you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling the ball, then of course like many mistakes is coming. So I think it's about the decisions and how you approach like the match. And of course like now I go in the matches like feeling just much more relaxed because I know I've, like won at least something. Of course I still want to win the tournament, but just the feeling is overall much better.
David, you want to follow?
Kaya, there's been a lot of talk about the idea that the women's field is so open and more open than ever, and you're someone who watches a lot of tennis. I'm just curious to your observation, is it as open as it feels? And if it is, has it been frustrating to maybe not feel 100% through the year to take advantage of that openness?
No, I mean, okay, this is something what's been going on for like, I feel like now a couple of years. There is not really somebody who would just like win, you know, every week. I thought Iga was like super like dominating the first part of the year, but of course, I think it's super tough to just do it like for all year, because the level now is like, I think much higher than it was the years before, where maybe you had some easier matches in the, you know, in the draw, but now you don't really have it. Like, you from the first round, you can actually like lose if you're not ready and if you're not just there and playing well. I think you can lose to anybody, even like the top players. And yeah, so I mean, of course it is open. I think now also with the guys, it's happening a little bit. So finally, not only girls, but yeah, and of course, like there are some players which they still like make it, you know, to the second week, but the winners they've been different, and of course there is like, I mean, pressure, and then somebody is maybe like a little bit injured, so there's all things like coming out. So yeah. So I think it's very open. I think it's exciting for, you know, the people as well, because if you have one winner like for all year, I think it's boring. So I think it's good.
Just a few months ago, we were talking, and you were talking quite effusively about Isla's game and about how good of a player you think that Isla is, just because of how you practice with her and everything. I'm assuming that you're not surprised by what she's done here this week, but can you talk a little bit about what your reaction is to that, and then also what is it about Isla that makes her so good?
Maybe she heard me, and that's why she started to play so much better. No, I mean, I played her many times. Many times was close, but every time I won, I think. But I always thought, as I said before, I always thought she doesn't really have like a huge weakness in the game. Super solid from the baseline, great backhand, quite solid serve, and she can be like tough for, you know, to beat if you're not really feeling amazing that day. I think she can be super tough, and especially now I can see her like somehow fighting, and of course confidence again. And yeah, I think maybe she just believes a little bit more that she can actually beat the top players, which before I think she was always kind of close, but maybe didn't believe, or I don't know. So I think now kind of she got somewhere where she beat a couple good players, and yeah, she's playing really well. I didn't see last night. I just saw the match with Serena, and also with my friend with Muchova the first round. So I think she's playing well at the moment.